Okay, hello everyone. Right now, I'm making this video as the final part of Sunless Retelling 2001 is being uploaded. And yeah, I promised I was going to make this video, so let's talk about my 2025 as a whole. Now, for record, this is not scripted, but I have a few points in mind. And first and foremost, I thought I could start with my personal stuff, and 2025, all in all, has been a pretty average year. Now, we had two bad things, major, but technically three bad things. Two that happened to my family and one that happened to me personally. The first one was that we took a very good while to find somebody that was willing to buy my grandma's house. My grandma passed away last year, around April of last year, and we spent a good chunk of the early part of this year up until I believe up until June, July, when I started working on my seasonal job. But we did find a buyer. He bought it for like 90,000 euros, which I think is around the same amount of money in dollars. So, yeah, and because it was my mother and her two sisters, we got they got 30K a piece. So, yeah, and of course, with that money, we decided to plan the trip to Korea. For the record, it's not an improvised trip. It's an organized trip with a girl that does, shall we say, more than average trips in Korea. She already has done one just now. She has just finished one, and as I stated, we're going to me and my mom are going to Korea between March and April. So, yeah, I'm really excited for that part. As for the other bad stuff, one relates to my brother and his wife, to which, of course, I mean, you can sort of tell by just mentioning it. Of course, I'm not going into details, but I guess you can sort of figure it out. And by the way, everything has fixed itself, so yeah, don't worry about it. And the second one, it relates to me and my driving license, to which, again, I'm not gonna get into the details because it's stuff that I don't want to say, at least in public. So yeah, but outside of those things, it's been a pretty average year. So yeah, and as I stated, in 2026, I'm looking forward to the trip in Korea. So yeah, that's basically it for the real life part of the video. Now for the NR stuff, the biggest low light of my year in terms of NR is this year's PSLR Cup Series season. Basically, what happened is that 2025 has been the 25 PSLR Cup Series season was a complete and utter clusterfuck. It was a real hell on earth to do, because what happened is that Hirgel for this year, the owner of the PSRA, told me that I was going to actually ask me if I could run the series and instead, because he was busy with his graduation, to which he achieved it, so congratulations on that. And I said, okay, sure, I'll do it. I mean, how hard can it be? Turns out 2025 was the year that he decided that we had to copy AG's World Cup series in every way we could. So we also had to record qualifying, and yeah, basically my workload increased quite significantly. I know it sounds like it sounds okay. I had to record for 2 days instead of one, and not to mention all the bad luck that I actually encountered when making the C1 when running the season because of the delays, which again most of them weren't exactly my fault, but still there were so many delays that one could be forgiven if I was actually taking the piss and not taking it seriously. Then of course later down the year, a lot of arguing, especially by two guys which I can now mention by name because I don't really care. Danny Johnson and Aubrey Gardner, they complained about the ratings and how the rating system was completely horseshit because it overly punished people that didn't have free time and all that stuff, and that and that the equal ratings was a little more fairer. Now, the reason why I decided to go for ratings outside of copying AG is also because here Jill thought that this would actually be a cure, a solution to the inactivity of users. Turns out we ended up having free teams that never bothered doing the ratings. So, yeah, free teams never bothered doing the ratings, and once they did, it was only thanks to ownership changes, and the drivers that were there, yeah, they barely bothered. So, it ended up being a big disaster on that part. And of course, the fact that we also had to take a break in the middle half at the middle point of the season because my old PC died. What happened is that, by the way, is that I was looking at the Going video. I went to sleep. When I woke up, I found out that the computer had disconnected itself from the internet. So what I did was I shut it off, I turned it on, I rebooted the PC. It did reconnect to the internet, but then things started not working anymore, like Score 4 refused to work. A lot of bad stuff was going on. Then I decided to reboot it again, and suddenly my PC didn't turn on anymore. It actually did turn on, but my operating system erased itself. And since there were no copies of Windows 10, I decided to and also because that PC was like 10 years old at this point, I decided just to get a new one. So, yeah. And for the record, I am aware that thanks to AI, prices of PC components have gone super fucking high. But I mean, I don't really plan to play any games that require big beefy graphics on this PC. So I don't really matter. I mean, I don't really. It doesn't. This thing of the inflated prices for components doesn't bother me all that much. I'm relatively indifferent. But yeah, the 2025 season the 2025 PC season was a fucking mess to make, and that affected prompted me to start probably to create Alpha's Redemption Tour, my first sign-up series that in a year, and guess what? Not only I managed to finish that one, but I also have done 3 more. Series Poker USA, which I also finished. The Camo Creative Saga, which of course is now at the second half of the season, and the Gen 4 North American Tour, which I suspended for the decided to put on hold for the Grand Racing League. So yeah, that effectively, the PS, and so I guess I can at least call the post PSLA period that's a very good period in terms of NR stuff. And also, speaking of the channel, I just hit like 309 subscribers, which again, and I never mentioned this, but I want to thank everyone who decided to subscribe to my channel. I know the 300 subscribers is still like super fucking baby numbers, still like very, very, very little, but still, I honestly I thought I didn't get. Actually, 2025 has been possibly the biggest growth possibly the best year in terms of growth on my channel. The 5 years I've been doing this, so yeah, I am generally happy to actually have gotten 300 subscribers by now. Now, I don't know if I'm actually going to get 400 subscribers, maybe potentially even more by the end of 2025. I hope I actually get a little bit more, but we'll see. But yeah, Now, in terms of on our projects, as I stated, we're continuing with the Chemical Creative Saga. I have to restart the Gen 4 North American tour. I have to restart the PSL Ray tour. I'm rebooting the Pretty Cure Championship. I will reboot the Pretty Cure Championship. So season 2 of the trucks is no more, and the previous season 1 of the stupidest thing I've ever done, yeah, not canon anymore. I'm not gonna consider that. But yeah, and of course, the 2001 side series. Once I guess I'm done with the Grand Racing League. It's only ranked races, so it's not gonna be that big of a deal, but big of a bother. So yeah, and of course the January projects to which, yeah, I'm going to do that too. But yeah, now in terms of non-racing games playthroughs, I want to finish. I need to finish off Fire Emblem Sacred Stones, and also I want to. I've already started Path of Radiance, to which tomorrow I will do the second part of that, of the Path of Radiance playthrough, and who knows? Maybe I'll be able to do Fate's Birthright once I'm done with Sacred Stones. Now, I know the two Fire Emblem games sounds a bit ridiculous, but you know, nothing stops me from doing it. So yeah, those are my two main games that non-racing games that I want to do. And after Birthright, I actually don't have any more games that I want to play. I know somebody's going to tell me, well, if you play Path of Radiance, why don't you play Radiant Dawn? But I don't want to play that right away. Also because I don't exactly have much reason. I don't have intention of playing Radiant Dawn right now. So yeah. And for Fates, of course, I'm gonna touch just Birthright and not gonna touch anything else. So, yeah. But outside of these three games, I really have no reason. Actually, I have no. Not saying that I have a reason. Let's just say I'm not interested in doing any other games. Of course, I know somebody's going to say, well, what did you do? Somebody's going to mention Fortress Weave, to which I think I stated pretty clearly, I refuse to even acknowledge the game's existence. And I know, I just acknowledge it, so I'm a hypocrite, but still, I refuse to think that game exists. Of course, that thing is definitely going to win Best Strategy at the Game Awards, unless something much more bigger comes up. But who knows? Maybe DLC for Expedition 43, but I doubt it, because there's really nothing you can add as DLC that isn't cosmetics and shit. So yeah, but I think that's pretty much got the best strategy award pretty much on lockdown, as well as GTA 6 for Team of the Year. But yeah, now in terms of our racing games that are not in our, of course, the F126, the F126 DLC is in the plans, and I also want to play Screamer because I don't know. As I stated, that game really, I am sort of interested in playing that game. Now it's an arcade game, so technically I should despise it, but maybe actually yeah, I'll fully admit it's because of the art style. It's because because it's an anime racing game, so why the hell not? Basically, to me, Screamer is what Need for Speed Unbound should have been. The art style of Screamer is what Unbound should have actually done. Not that weird ass half anime, half Western animation hybrid they got going on. Either go full fucking weeb, or just go full realistic. So go photorealistic. But that stuff Unbound, yeah, it's just no. I didn't fuck with it. I don't fuck with Need for Speed in general, but yeah, that particular art style is pretty trash. But yeah, and of course more NR stuff. But outside of that, there's pretty much nothing else to be added. Shit. But yeah, outside of that, I don't really have anything else to be added. So I guess we're gonna end the video here. So if you like this video, give it a like. And if you see more content like this, please subscribe and click the notification bell to know when my next video drops. And I have nothing else to say other than see you in the next video, everybody. This Alpha, signing out.